Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the Women's Supa-Liga round 13 match between Phoenix Futsal WA and West Coast Cobras. For Phoenix Futsal WA, we have Joanne Randazzo in number 7. In goal, Manon Gabauer, number 20. Number 4, Georgia Weiss. Number 3, Leah McLean. Number 8, Ava Santos. Number 6, Catalina Aud. Number 10, Leah Munoz. Number 11, Natalia Xavier. Number 5, Tale Martin. And number 2, Gemma Skinner. For the West Coast Cobras, number 21, Eleanor Bates. Number 3, Sarah Ranieri. In goal, number 1, Annie Leyland. Number 2, Lauren Contanabali. Number 5, EJ Silva. Number 30, Ruby Walsh. Number 36, Savannah Ulstorn. And number 46, Christiane Astorp. Phoenix starting off with the ball. Contanabali pressuring the pass from Gabauer. Phoenix with a very youthful side. They've been getting more and more competitive as the season's gone on, but have certainly suffered for a lack of some more senior players in particular games. Having said that, that challenge was 14-year-old on 14-year-old. EJ Silva there against Catalina Aud. Silva unable to keep the ball in play. Weiss for Aud. Aud looking for the run of Martin, but the pivot hadn't led into the space. Contanabali now, bringing the ball forwards. Gabauer coming out, stopping Contanabali being in on goals. Bates for Walsh. Walsh carrying it forwards, little dummies. Bates trying to return the ball to her. Well blocked by Santos. Aud doing a good job at pivot, but her touch is just a little bit loose. Leyland looking for Walsh, finds her. Good first touch with her non-dominant foot. That ball from Silva just a little bit too far in front of Walsh down the line. Cobras putting pressure on, forcing Gabauer to throw long. Good touch though by Weiss. Good little 1-2 between Weiss and Santos. Her shot though out at the near post. That really needs to go across goal. Contanabali and Walsh exchanging passes. Contanabali winning the kick in. Playing Bates, who plays the ball into Walsh. My apologies, I thought that was a shot. Silva resets to Bates and then turns. Oh, just very good movement, but a loose touch. Young lady who is a current national champion, having returned from the National Futsal Championships, having won the final with the 15 girls. Quite a few of these players were in one of the teams that played at the National Futsal Championships. Weiss's pass intercepted by Ranieri. She waits for Astorp to get there. Astorp against Gabauer. Good save by Gabauer. Bates receives the ball, but Gabauer put enough pressure on to make sure she couldn't get the shot on target. Gabauer's throw for Weiss. Leyland collects. Another great ball from Ranieri for Astorp, but her touch just a little bit errant. Martin turns well. Gets rid of the attention of two Cobras defenders. Now Santos down the line, cut out by Astorp. Contanabali turns and resets the Bates. Good call from Ranieri. Bates looking for the ball through to Kontinabali, but can't find it. Very end-to-end at the moment. Oh, Bates really should have been looking for Astorp there. Good roulette turn from Weiss. She finds Martin. The touch was heavy. Martin's ball. Kontinabali was unaware of the player she was marking at the far post. Got away with one there. Ranieri and Kontinabali exchanging passes. Santos read that last one well, though. Now Bates receives from Kontinabali, lines up the shot, blocked by Martin. Astorp's pass cut out by Martin, who's driving forwards against Kontinabali. Gets herself into trouble in the corner, though. Ranieri wins that challenge well, plays Ulstorn down the line, but she can't quite keep it in. Bauer throwing, Kontinabali wins the header. Aud puts the ball into touch. Kontinabali not realising she was in behind there for that kick in from Astorp. If she'd turned forward, she would have been in on goal. A misplaced pass from Astorp. And Phoenix have the first goal. Good finish by Aud to put the Phoenix 1-0 up. Another ball from Ranieri, just not quite within reach for Astorp. Bauer throwing. Ball go through to Leyland. Ulstorn feeds Walsh. One-on-one with Bauer. Oh, a touch. It's just heavy. Not using the sole of her foot. Good block by Skinner. Bauer claims it. Throws up high for Munoz, but unable to get it. Walsh allowed to drive forwards. Ulstorn blocks Bauer's clearance. The Cobras need to be more disciplined with the ball. Make their passes count. Xavier feeds Skinner. She cuts back inside and shot. And it's gone in. The Cobras being punished for a slow start and missing opportunities that they should have taken. Kontanabali plays for Bates, who finds Walsh. Silva forwards, back to Walsh. And a good finish. And it's simple stuff like that that the Cobras need to do to get themselves back into the game. A very good, nearly instant reply, but certainly still a lot to do for the Cobras. Kontanabali, a shot saved by Gabauer. Walsh dispossessed by Aud. Good pressure by Catalina Aud forces the turnover. McLean, heavy touch by McLean. Now Walsh with time, awaiting the run of Silva. Pass was a bit too far out in front of her. Oh, good ball by Bates. Walsh needed to just be getting in front a little bit earlier. Silva with space can drive forwards. Looking to play Kontanabali, but a pass was cut out. The ball movement by the Cobras really needs to improve. At the moment, everything is far too slow. It's allowing Phoenix to get into good positions. And the young players, if nothing else, have lots of ability and energy. Of course, there is other things, but good movement from Aud. And a good touch by McLean at pivot, but dispossessed. Great ball from Kontanabali. Silva unable to keep it in, though. Silva intercepts, plays Bates. Back to Kontanabali, who's now driving past McLean. The pass is cut out by Santos. Silva from Bates. Silva's pass was loose. Kontanabali trying to beat Weiss. She does a good defensive job, though, Georgia Weiss. Astorp back for Kontanabali, tries to feed Bates. McLean does well. Now Bates with some space, finds Silva. Return pass to nobody. Astorp and Kontinabali were too deep. Good defending, though, from Astorp. Santos with a poor touch. Turns well. Plays out. Who finds Martin. Excellent futsal there by Phoenix. Even after the little mistake from Santos. Players showing that they are representative players for a reason. Martin against Silva. Silva does well, and the ball's out off Martin. Kontinabali just misreading the movement of Ranieri. Silva at the far post. That's shot out at the near post, though. Gabauer throwing for Weiss again. Ball goes through to Leyland. Ranieri receives. Was not on the same wavelength as Astorp, who'd come short. Martin's pass, too heavy for Santos. Kontinabali, just slightly heavy touch again. Allstorm does well defensively. Astorp feeds Kontinabali. Good save by Gabauer. It's going to be difficult for the Cobras to finish goals like that. They really need to be getting players into 2v1 situations for tap-ins at the far post. Astorp with the toe poke. And don't listen to what I say. What do I know? Good finish by Astorp to bring the game back to 2 goals apiece. From the corner kick, the shot into the inside netting. 2 goals apiece as we are about to start stop clock time. Allstorm putting pressure on Weiss. She can't squeeze the ball down the line to Tale Martin. Good movement from Ranieri and Astorp. Excellent movement from Ranieri. And now she's in behind. Great ball from Kontinabali. And Ranieri maybe was fouled there. The contact definitely didn't involve the ball. Bad luck there from Ranieri as she tried to find Astorp with the back roll. Good work from Gabauer to come out and clear the danger. Well, Allstorm just panicked a little bit under pressure. Good pressure from Weiss. Martin with the ball. Cobras content to sit a little bit deeper at the moment. Walsh closing the line down and the ball off of Santos. Ranieri gives it back to Walsh. Little body feint, but Martin unable to keep it in. Walsh receives against Santos. Tries to play in behind Martin, but she got a touch to it. Leyland with a good release to Walsh. She takes Santos down the line. Good strength from the youngster. That was a very tired challenge. And that was a foul. It was the second one in a row. Well, there's a lot of space in front of Ranieri and Astorp here. Massive amount of space. Could have even played the ball back and forwards between each other there. Gebauer looking for the run of Weiss. Astorp wins the header. Xavier in behind. Good challenge from Astorp just to put her off. Great throw from Leyland. Really well weighted. Gebauer does well, though, to come out and clear. At halftime, the score is 2 goals apiece. We had a goal from Catalina Aud and one from Gemma Skinner before the Cobras answered back through Ruby Walsh and Christiane Astorp. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, so we are back for the second half. West Coast Cobras kicking off. Continental with the ball, finding Silva. Now Bates on the ball. Skinner wins it. Continental dispossessed 2 or 3 times very softly. Great throw from Leyland. Bates just unable to get to it. Continental needs to be a bit stronger there. Letting herself get pushed around. Out, being given space by Silva. Randazzo's pass is cut out. Kontinabali didn't shoot. Good ball from Randazzo forward, but Walsh does a good job defensively. Bates can turn forwards. Bates could still have turned forwards. McLean being pressed by Silva and Kontinabali. Silva does well and finds Kontinabali at the far post. Great save by Gabauer. That was a very good save by Manon Gabauer there. Good block by McLean. Bates across goal. Good save by Gabauer. Ruby Walsh. Kontinabali, good turn, beating McLean, but didn't go past her after the turn. He's given the ball away now, 3v2 for Phoenix. Good strength by Kontinabali there, that's much better. Running at Randazzo, gets the shot. And the corner. Looking a little bit tired there, Kontinabali, at that last shooting opportunity. Good movement by Silva. Walsh didn't get in front. Aud did very well defensively. Walsh at the far post didn't get in front of her player. Good movement by Silva. Gabauer forward. Leah McLean was left on too long and was asking for a sub as that goal unfolded. Excellent movement by EJ Silva to read the space and find Bates, and a very good finish by Bates. Puts the Cobras 3-2 up. Phoenix just need to ensure that their subbing is probably a little bit quicker, especially with some young players who are just getting used to the pace of the game. Astorp driving forward. She's got Silva to her left. Finds her. Silva cuts back to Kontinabali. Kontinabali does well to create space for herself, then finds Silva. Then Ranieri to Astorp. Maybe got in the way of Silva there. Skinner. Ball over the top of the goalkeeper from Munoz, but can't find the target. And Kontinabali's come off after a good amount of work, but was probably left on too long as well. Munoz trying to find Aud. Well cut out by Astorp. Ranieri finding Astorp, who's tried to get it onto Bates and does. Ranieri, after the call from Leyland to get a few passes in, gives the ball away. Xavier down the line for Aud. Good tackle by Bates. Good skill by Silva, and she's one-on-one. She's looking for some help. And a great finish from EJ Silva. Very composed finish from the young lady. Little dummy. Then opened up the near post finish. Gabauer unable, after that little shimmy, to be able to cover the near post. as the Cobras get 4-2 up. Santos on goal. Drags her shot to the near post, though. Ulstorn controls the ball. Holds it up. Ranieri to Bates. To Astorp. Astorp being told just to continue carrying the ball. She finds Ranieri with a great ball. Ranieri's shot. Good instruction there from the Cobras bench. The players to be calm. Astorp's got space. Back rolls on. Ranieri's shot is blocked. Out using her athleticism, but just acknowledging her touch was a little bit heavy. Good save down low by Leyland. Astorp can slow the game down a little bit. Oh, Bates has ended up with that ball off a rebound, and she's finished against Gabauer. Gabauer made the first save, but was unable to deal with the second one. The Cobras now lengthening that lead, 5-2. Santos put the ball, plays out, just pass was slightly overhit. Leyland trying to find Ulstorn. Well done by Tale Martin defensively. Martin, a really good technical player. Bates to Ulstorn. Looking forwards for Ranieri. She receives, holds it up, can slow the game down and reset. Does that well. That pass from Bates is right into the stride of Ranieri. The Cobras at the moment not content with the scoreline, looking to continue pushing. Gabauer with a good save with her legs, and Aud gets there to complete the clearance. Like I said, the Cobras not content at the moment with the scoreline as it is, pushing forwards further. Oh, good ball to the far post from Astorp. Ulstorn just not on her toes, and Phoenix have called a timeout, so we'll be back in just a moment. All right, so we're back from that timeout. The instructions from the two benches for the Cobras, it was about continuing on with the same, putting pressure on, trying to force the Phoenix into mistakes like just now, and then creating opportunities to go and attempt opportunities at goal. For the Phoenix, it was about getting pressure on higher up the court now because they're behind. They need to push the tempo. Or Ulstorn not getting enough on that ball. Good recovery runs by Cobras players. And that will be given as a free kick against Walsh on Aud. Out with the ball for the free kick. Ulstorn wins the ball in front of Santos. Aud shows good strength, but Kontinabali won that ball in front. Astorp finds her with the return ball. Kontinabali cuts inside. Can't get the shot off though. Excellent defensive work. Great recovery by the Phoenix players. Terrific work rate there. Aud under pressure from Ulstorn. She does well though and gets the ball into the feet of Martin, but it's probably slightly too far in front of her. Kontinabali. Walsh supports. Now Astorp's open. Little left foot ball over the top. It's just spinning away from Walsh the whole time. Good turn by Santos. She's quick. She's in behind Astorp. Leyland with a good save. Came out and got herself set well. Astorp to Kontinabali. She beats Martin. Santos with a great challenge, though. Gives the opportunity to Skinner. Good header by Aud. Oh, Martin just tripping over herself. Walsh now. Good save by Gabauer. Good pressure from Aud, who's again driving forwards. Kontinabali blocks the shot from Santos. The Phoenix players have gotten through a lot of work. Martin. Her shot saved by Leyland. Walsh returns the ball to Astorp, to Kontinabali. Oh, she cut back when she could have played Astorp. Silva does well to give the ball out to Walsh. Great turn by Walsh. Can she get it across goal? Gabauer with the save. Now Skinner to Aud. She's got Santos going far post. Astorp closes off that passing channel though. Cobras players need to concentrate on the game. That ball was definitely not out, but the call from the Phoenix was enough to distract. Randazzo played Santos. Santos looks like she needs to sub relatively desperately, having done a mountain of work in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Well, Ranieri with the loose touch, having just come back on. Leyland with the save can feed Silva. Silva turns and plays Walsh, who herself has got a mountain of space. Kontinabali turns. Ball played into the middle. Saved by Gabauer. Out for a Cobras kick in. Ranieri's pass was loose. Kontinabali will take the yellow card for being within the 5, stopping the attack. Xavier for Randazzo. Out to Santos. Good touch by Walsh, but Xavier's shot is into the arms of Leyland. Silva, Kontinabali to Ranieri. At this point in time, the Cobras don't even need to go forwards. They could just keep possession of the ball. Good block by Ranieri. Kontinabali. She just missed the little back roll she was attempting. Xavier for Randazzo. A pass to Ranieri. Well, it wasn't to Ranieri, but it ended up with Ranieri. Good screen by Ranieri then. That pass by Silva. Wide of the mark. Santos against Silva. Silva doing a great job. Good strength shown by the Cobras player. Santos has already bumped a couple of other players off of the ball, so excellent work by Silva. Now Randazzo looking for Santos, who miraculously is still on the court. And that is a timeout for the Cobras. We will be back very shortly. All right, so we are back. Cobras 5-2 up. 4.5 minutes to go. Astorp tries to play. A little flick pass down the line for Bates. And Bates has ended up with it from Munoz. Out with a bit of a speculative shot from distance. Astorp into Bates. She turns. Probably needed to try and find Walsh earlier. Walsh, she's at pivot, needs to get in front. Astorp coming forwards, has a shot. Gebauer looking for Martin. Astorp gets a touch. Silva for Bates. Back for Silva. One-on-one with Gebauer. Good save by the goalkeeper. Walsh organising well on the court. Gebauer with the throw. Bates wins the header. Silva does well to reset. Bates for Walsh. Back to Bates. Gebauer out well. Very smart save there from the Phoenix shot stopper. Astorp driving forwards, hits the post. Kept in by Munoz. Finds Martin. Oh, Out had gotten in behind. but didn't realise herself. Astorp tries to play Walsh, but pass was just a bit too overhit. Gabauer looking for Martin, finds her. Good touch by the number 5 for the Phoenix. She finds Weiss, finds Santos. The shot blocked by Silver and then cleared by Walsh. Gabauer coming forwards and then stopping. Thought there was going to be a bit of fly keeper going on there. Aud, fouled by Astorp. Out with the shot. Ulston controls it, drives forwards. Well defended by Gabauer. And Weiss has it now. Looking to take on Astorp. Astorp defends well. Just over a minute to go now. Walsh resets the baits. The Cobras just need to keep possession. Don't need to go forwards in that sort of a situation. They can just be content with possession with the ball. That will be a Phoenix kicking. Great ball by Out into Weiss, who'd moved in between the defensive lines. Walsh just touches a bit loose. Weiss receives from Martin. Leyland with a long-range effort with Gabauer having been off her line, but it's a great turn by Aud. Good strength against the on-rushing challenge of Walsh. But Cobras end up 5-2 victors. 2 goals to Eleanor Bates. 1 apiece to EJ Silva, Ruby Walsh, and Christiane Astorp. For Phoenix, having set the pace early on with 2 early goals to Catalina Aud and Gemma Skinner, they weren't able to continue with the lead anyway, but a very good performance overall. Manon Gabauer in goal made some terrific saves, and it should be a heartening performance for the Phoenix. We've got the statistics coming up for you in just a second. So, West Coast Cobras, 410 passes to Phoenix Futsal's 360. 296 of them completed by the Cobras, 248 by the Phoenix. Time in possession, very heavily skewed towards the Cobras, 58-42. The shots, 34-16, with the Cobras getting 26 of their 34 on target, as evidenced by the fact that the goalkeeper Manon Gabauer for the Phoenix had to make quite a few good saves. But all in all, it was a good effort from the Phoenix players, but they succumbed in the end to the slightly more experienced Cobras. All right, we'll be back very soon with the last men's Superliga match of the day. Thank you.